Boom, 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 ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-da-boom. Hey, people. Welcome to the conversation for the first time in known history. Susan Jewell is here on time, and Susan Jewell, and she's not having to pee. Christine and Jonathan, who are always here on time, they know how to pee before the show. Hey, people. All right. Ooh, goodness gracious. Oh, how's everybody doing today? Welcome, people. Everybody, welcome in your grandmama. Tell your grandmama we here. Tell her to turn on the television. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Yeah. If I'm a little high, and once again, Riley, again,
right.
I don't know.
Yes,
I have to tell Riley this every damn time. Riley, you don't have to tell us you're high, darling. We know. We are very aware. Soon you come in the house, I'm high. Yes, reason that you're high. And I'm a little high too. It's Jonathan's fault. He made me drink coffee, so I'm zooming. I'm literally zooming right. This is way too strong a cup of coffee.
No.
It's on you. I'm not off-grid coffee friendly yet. I have no damn idea how much coffee to put in the machine. This is a strong cup of coffee. Y'all, 10 minutes ago, I was like, hello, my name's Eeyore. Let's save the planet. You know, like, and he was like, oh, Gerard, you're not sleeping, brother. You need to get some coffee.
Right.
I got me some coffee, and now I'm bouncing. Anyway.
I know, I'm doing this without my usual 3 cups of coffee.
Everybody's in the house today. Lori, Jackie, Thomas, Mark.
I want to see you suffer in the desert.
I think people are upset. I do. I know some of these people are upset. Some of these people are upset that they actually realize I know what I'm doing. I think they wanted to see me get eaten by some bugs or something, or go crying and running home. But like I said, there's no such thing as off-gridding in America. It does not exist. There is no. I had to do laundry yesterday. Y'all, guess what I did? I went to go do laundry. You know, my clothes aren't dirty. Like everywhere you are in this country, you're within an hour of a Walmart or a Target or Home Depot or one of the billionaire psychopaths establishments. You can get anything that you need. But yeah, no suffering in the desert for me. That's not gonna. I already know what I'm doing, so you know. Doesn't mean bad things can't happen. It just means that I plan to try to make sure that they don't ahead of time. I didn't just wake up one day like, oh damn it, huh?
I said everybody wants to see you succeed.
You're just lying straight through your teeth. I think you need to go pee some of them lies out again. You didn't get them all out. I think you need to go pee some lies. Listen, I'm putting you on blast just for lying, just bold-faced to everybody. A minute ago, we were all waiting. We were waiting for Susan to come back, and you know, from the bathroom, she yelled, "I think I stand up peeing." She yelled that right from the bathroom. Yeah, I'm lying partially because if y'all know me, I'm adding sugar to the story. But it felt that way. We were waiting on her, and she all you saw was her camera, and we we're like, "Well, Susan's not back." She's like, and you hear the splash. I'm lying. I'm just joking, y'all. I'm just joking.
I heard them.
Just jokes. I don't think people want to see me succeed. I think people. I think people are just entertained by the dumb stuff I do. That's all.
But they love you.
Ish.
Yes, indeed.
It depends. It depends. We have a lot of pro donut friends, and they're like ish. Huh?
And maybe not all, but most.
I think it's like for you and everybody else. I think people here they love you depending on your post specifically. And they tolerate you based on things that you post sometimes, and they completely ignore your post. I think it's by post love.
And I think there's people that stalk your posts and never say anything, and then you don't even know who's watching you. And this is all some creepy matrix, unnatural bullshit that we need to break away from.
Okay.
Just like
look what Riley said.
Multiple dimensions from multiple angles, and That's just not right.
Are you high? What are you talking about? Are you high,
What
woman?
is their conversation, Abby?
Is Riley at your house? Is
She
Riley
meant
there?
something and she took a shot.
she's here.
That's what she did.
She's on
Before we
YouTube.
Just put me in.
Oh my God. See,
You making stuff up.
We were all talking and you had two of you on the screens, remember?
No, what are you
And they were
talking
from
about?
separate angles. Is he member?
Huh? What?
Yeah.
Listen.
Gerard and his doppelganger.
Hey, John.
You saw it.
Mhm.
Christine
Yep.
saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Susan, it's the job of every man on this planet to make women think that they're crazy. They're like, no, the wall ain't white. The wall is blue. What do you mean? We didn't buy blue paint. All right, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was in different dimensions.
Yeah.
I'm
Shifting.
naive to lie, people, so just listen to me.
Hey, look at what Riley posted, y'all. I'm
What Riley
not really following the news,
Uh-huh.
but every now and then I get a little peep of it. Y'all know that Jive and Bowden, he just stole a bunch of land on the border from people. And he's
Yeah,
putting up,
he did.
guess what? A wall,
Yeah,
a great
he did.
wall. Any moment now, you're going to see all the liberals get upset. Oh my God, you're building a wall. How stupid is that? That's stupid technology. People are going to dig under it and just put ladders over it. You're stupid. Please, I'm waiting for that to happen. Just let me know when that happens.
Yeah. Wait, what?
There we go.
Which
If you want to,
because liberals don't get upset when liberals do bad things.
Because it's not bad when the liberals.
no,
because
they're
liberals.
cheering it. They're cheering it. Now it's good.
Yeah.
Now it's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? I don't know how.
He needs to protect people. It's the right thing. I can make an excuse anytime I feel like it because I'm liberal.
Right.
But you know what? Let's be fair though. I gotta be fair. Let's be fair. It is not just a liberal thing anymore. Oh no, the conservatives are right on it. They're scared to death with their face diapers. They're standing in line. You know, the pharmaceutical industry doesn't give two damns about liberal or conservative. They just buy your politicians because they got products to sell. That's the end of the story.
Liberals are just more whiny and easier to make fun of.
All right, I give you that. I give you the conservatives, they haven't learned how to whine yet. Give them time though. They might figure it out.
Oh.
I know I got no.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now see, this is why people don't like me. See,
Responsibility.
see, this is why because you say things. This is how you know people love you. You know people love you if you can say things that they hate, but they still, you know what? I disagree with you. You're stupid. You're ignorant. I really don't appreciate what you just said, but you're a friend of mine, and you're allowed to say dumb things in my reality. You know, that's how you know people love you. They let you, huh?
Did I say something
To somebody,
dumb?
what you just said, yes. To somebody, what you and I just said was very ignorant. To somebody, and they're still here, but they're not going to post a comment though.
They're here.
Yeah, I
See, you
think
gotta
we would-
teach me all the tricks. I had no idea who was watching and who wasn't. I don't know how to do any of
But
that.
now
I don't know
you
how to
can
do the
see,
notification or how to do any of that.
Yeah, but Susan, you can see the comments.
You can see the comments. Like there's Nicole saying, "Hey," there's Lori saying, "No way," and then in the Texas accent. There goes Riley. Hi, I respect Mexican people. They actually like the cops on what? Whoa, hey, whoa! Goodness gracious, yes you are. I don't know. Some people on something you're not supposed to say on Facebook. Didn't she just say she was in Facebook prison for like 300 days or something? This is why, right here. This way.
Okay,
All right.
Bovon has a good answer. Liberals whine, conservatives throw temper tantrums.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
well, let me offer
one side has
a little
mommy
twist
issues,
on it.
the other side has daddy issues.
Daddy
there you go.
issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's like children. It's like children, right? Like, you know, you have some children are good at this, other children good at that, other children are this way, other children are that way. And it's just, you know, we're all family. At the end of the day, that's what we all have to accept. We're all family. We're all related. We all come from the same tribe. We're 7 billion ignorant people, spiritual things trapped into human creatures. And we're all in it together. No matter what happens, we're all going to face it together. So,
yeah. And then there are some people that, like, you know, I'm just saying, not all liberals are one way, not all Democrats are one way. I mean, Republicans, whatever, conservatives, whatever group labels, black, white, brown, Mexican, I don't know, Chinese, whatever. It's all just ridiculousness, bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all Rockefeller names.
Gang signs.
Yeah, it's just identities. That's why I don't have any.
Yeah, it's
I'm a god.
Because you could have someone who's like, I'm a conservative, and has all these conservative values, totally agrees with like everything, or thinks the same way as like, you know, whatever. One of us, a liberal, whatever. And I'm sure there's liberals that are like, this is freaking crazy. So you can't just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like people should be busy with something constructive, and this would not happen. I think better let those crazy people find out everything and just go on with your life. I think sometimes Ty says, "Go on with your life, just go on," and in a good way, of course. But sometimes I think the Matrix is trapping us by always we watching and we listening to what's so-called is happening. And I think like Gerard is now in Texas, he doesn't see the news, so nothing is happening actually. Maybe it's not a reality.
That's a good thing. He doesn't know what's
Gerard
happening.
ain't no demic.
That's a good thing.
Gerard ain't demiking nothing. Gerard ain't no kind of demics. The last demic thing he felt, somebody posted in Pennsylvania, I think they said that now if you got the billionaire's cure, that you don't have to wear a face diaper. Not if you don't have natural antibodies. Not if you got the wild thing and you beat it and you're safe and you're not getting anybody sick. But no, only if you took the billionaire's cure, you don't have to wear a face diaper. Here, there's no demic for me. I don't demic nothing down here. I do my own damn thing. I really don't care. But people, I love everybody. Y'all can live through all the demics that you want. You know, the world can come to an end because Donald Trump is the president. The world can come to an end because Biden is the president. We can be in a demic if you want. Aliens could be invading if you want. I'm fine with all the little virtual realities everybody wants to live. In my reality, ain't no kind of demic. I just have digging to do. And carpal tunnel syndrome. That's all I got. That's what I got. So I don't watch the news. I don't pay attention to nothing. Huh?
No, the stones. You have to dig stones and stones and stones and stones. Yeah.
Yes, I'm moving stuff. I'm making patios, finding fossils and stuff. I'm having a great old time. People hide in the house in the face diapers if they want to. I told you I'm done. I don't have any time for this nonsense.
So I just wanted to say, right, because Christine brought it up and stuff, because I've been thinking about this, right? The more you talk about something, the more you focus your energy on it. And I think even both said it before, like one of the whole points of the mask is to divide us and is to have us talking about it and distracting us from, you know what I mean? Focusing.
Right.
We are giving it so much energy. That's all you're freaking here. All day, every day. You go to the store every 15 minutes, COVID, and we give them for free and we'll pay your rent. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. And we are just feeding it and making it stronger and more powerful. And like we really, when I always say it, because you literally have to like stop your brain because it's easy to get into patterns and habits. And you have to realize, okay, this is insane. I'm spending way too much time giving this bullshit some energy and just, you know?
Exactly.
And I bet Gerard, as tired as he is, feels lighter than most of us right now because he hasn't been bombarded with that crap.
Wait a minute, what happened? What Gerard do? I was only half paying attention. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's what I say is important.
No, I was listening, but girl, this is that's not. Don't even know. Stop. It's satellite internet, okay? Satellite is choppy. Clouds and birds and pterodactyls and stuff. When them damn things is flying over, it gets spotty. I heard something about Gerard and White and something. That's what I heard.
UFO.
I was listening.
Spaceship soon. That would be awesome if there is a spaceship flying above you. You have to really. That would be really awesome.
Yes.
No,
I don't want to leave Susan's point, but I wanted to say that. They said everybody down here, they all know it's UFO. Ain't no big deal. Like, you're going to see a UFO, brother. Don't even worry about it. They're all over the place. Now, all right, what did you say?
Okay, no, wait. I just have to point out that typical man said I wasn't paying attention. And when I said something about it, he was like, oh no, it was a satellite. And then there was a pterodactyl. Typical man. And now he's frozen. He's just played off like it never happens.
He actually ain't frozen. He's just bullshit chiseling with you. I look frozen, don't I? Oh God, I'm sorry. I could not do that. I'm so sorry. I had to do that. You know, it's like men they turn their ears. I was going to pretend I was right. I don't want to answer the question, so I'm just going. All right, anyway.
Yes, it's going to be that kind of cast today.
I was just saying we give the vaccine and mask way too much of our energy. We have to start focusing on solutions and moving away instead of the problem, because that is probably going away until something really breaks.
Well, so anything you give your energy to, it owns you. It begins to take you over. Like I mentioned the other day, I am so free of this nonsense. I actually went to the store the other day, and most stores I go in, I don't even take my face diaper. It's not even a thought. But I hit the door, and I never seen this sign before. It said, coming from Pennsylvania. Oh, good Lord. Woo. That was cup of noodles and couscous all together. I had a cup of noodles yesterday and couscous today. Burped it up. I don't know what the hell. I might die today, yo. That was weird. I'm TMI. I know. I'm sorry. Look. So no, I went in the store, and in Pennsylvania, it was like, damn it, wear your face mask. Bastard, don't come in. You're gonna die. You can't have no food unless you got your face diaper. You know, forced by mandated signs. This was the first sign I saw, and it says face mask requested. You know, face masks aren't mandated. Nice. Face mask requested. You know what I did, y'all? I went right back to my car. I got my face diaper, not the medical one. I'm not a trained medical professional. You ain't gonna catch me in that blue damn thing. But I got the hunter one that, you know, the one you put over your head, and I wore it in the store. I have no problem wearing a mask. I have no problem social distance. I social distance all the time. When I get sick, I would not go into work because I don't want to get my friend sick. When I get sick, I stay away from my kids because I don't want them to get sick. I have no issue with masks or social distancing or any of that. My problem is when a-holes get arrogant and they force other people to live their reality and demand that they act that. My problem is people who claim power that they don't have over you. Is when you want to act like the adult in somebody else's life and decide for them. So I'm free of it. I'm free of it down here. I have no issue with any of that stuff. If you ask me to wear them, I wear them. I'm not going to stay in the store long. Don't get me wrong. I like oxygen. I'm going to get my thing and get the hell out. But, you know, it's funny, though. And this is ancient knowledge, right? You capture more bees with honey than you do with was it vinegar sauce, barbecue sauce? What was it? I forgot. Something like that. It's ancient. It's knowledge, though. You catch more bees with honey, or more flies, or more people with comorbidities with sugar. I don't know what it is. It's something like that. It's a saying that goes
something like that, Gerard. Yeah.
Be nice. That's all you got to do is be nice. Right. That's it. Be
make sure
nice.
That honey
is
a GMO.
Huh?
Make sure that honey isn't a GMO.
Right. Oh, God. From Frankenbees.
Real honey.
Yeah.
Just all you got to do is be nice.
Now. Like, come get this honey. You know what I mean? Alter your DNA for some honey.
Yeah.
Sorry to burst your
Okay.
Jasmine says she has no clue what's going on.
We're just ranting, bubbling, just like that.
Right. Well, it comes down to sovereignty. Always. It always comes down to sovereignty. And
that's what it is.
People that consent to rulers and to rulership expect you to make the same choice that they have made.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They expect you to take on their fear. Look what Heather just posted. Heather says she loves the no-demic. See, I'm in a no-demic, and I've been in a no-demic from the beginning. If all y'all had to do was get together with Fauci and the Gates and the other billionaires and psychopaths, get all together and say, you know what, Gerard, we think we want to play demic. You want to play frying pandemic with us? And I might. If y'all ask me nice enough, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to wear face diapers. We're going to stay away from people. We're going to keep eating sugar like we're ignorant. We're going to keep eating glyphosate and all the comorbidities. We're not going to help anybody with any of that. But we're going to convince them that if they get a shot, they're going to be healthy. You want to play demic with us? I might play with y'all. I mean, I played G.I. Joes with Transformers before. I played He-Man with She-Ra's. I've had G.I. Joes with Barbie dolls before. I play a lot of little reality games. But because y'all did it by force, nah, I'm not in your demic. I don't give two damns what's going on in your life. All I know is this: you need to stop eating sugar. I know that. As well as it's stupid, and it's not getting any less stupid, right? Because if you're telling me that people who buy a product don't have to wear a face diaper or social distance, and that somehow is for public safety, but the people who got the wild virus got the real antibodies, the ones that will last up to 17 years, not 3 months, and they don't get the get out of jail free card, to go to the movie, freedom pass card, and they don't get to, so then obviously it's not about public health. It's about us being ignorant. So we need to stop on this topic. We need to go to ancient knowledge because I think we can push the envelope a little bit on that.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
This issue is not going to change.
Just we're feeding it, and we just fed it more.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But people, people, they want it because there was no, they want the vaccine passport in Belgium. The vaccinated wanted the vaccine passport. So like the people, it's kind of nuts actually. You're not, if you're not now there are clubs, if you're not vaccinated, you're not into it anymore. They don't want you anymore, like bicycle club here in the neighborhood. And then there are people not vaccinated, they couldn't come anymore. Crazy. That's a sovereignty, it's crazy. But anyhow, they will be soon gone, so it's okay. They will be soon gone. Floating on the water. They'll be soon gone, I'm quite sure.
She says that all the time, and she says it all like, don't worry, they'll be all gone.
I'm detached. I'm in totally bliss. I'm detached.
You picture Susan. You picture her waving her little fairy wand around.
But I mean, like half the planet's gonna die. That's what it's okay.
Oh, God.
I'm detached. You're just saying so nice and sweet. It's like. But you're like, we all gonna die, and I'm like, oh God, we're all gonna die. Christine over there is like, we're all dying.
You know what? I'm gonna take that, and I'm a segue that because I think I was in a momentary comment with who's it, Brother Emilio. I posted something about what if, because apparently I guess they've been bombing somebody, Palestinians.
Yeah.
But you know, and of course they never stopped bombing Yemen. They never stopped bombing Syria. And so I don't know the details, and I don't want to know the details. I already know that we're the ignorant one. That's all I know. Whatever side we're on, we're the bad guys. I think I posted something to the effect of, I said, well, what if in your next lifetime you come back as a Yemenese? What if you come back as a Palestinian? What if you come back as a Syrian person? Like something to that effect. And I think Emilio
it's like that. It's literally like that.
It is like that.
Yeah. You know, my guru said, wait. She said the Germans, the the Nazis are now born as a the Palestinians, they're born as the Palestinians and the Jews. Like they get the other role.
Yeah.
So they get the role from the victim now. That's how it happens.
Switching
So
roles.
if you're
switching roles.
So we will be
Right.
we will
So the answer
in the next
Everyone's
answer this for
been
me,
a master and a slave many times. Sorry, George. Go ahead.
Answer and right. So I mean, well, no, I want to go along with it, but I mean, it's so answer this. So his point was, well, there is no proof. Emilio, we go back and forth, but I know what I'm going to say in terms of whether or not it's proof of reincarnation. Do you guys feel that there is proof of reincarnation? This ancient belief that nowadays modern science says isn't real?
Yeah, but I thought quantum entanglement kind of proved that stuff's real.
Yeah. And I do really believe that. And children, young children, they remember nowadays much more from the life before.
Yeah.
There are a lot of
many cases. They're rare, but there are many of them of children
and
knowing things that. How did they know that? 4 and 5 year old children that are telling stories about historical things that happened, which can be verified, that they witnessed.
Or that kid who claimed to be the guy that got murdered and found his body.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That to the body.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also sometimes you come at the place and you feel really like at home. You feel you have been there.
Places. Yes.
Places.
Definitely.
Especially
Right.
Yeah, when I came into America the first time and I was visiting the Statue of Liberty, I started crying. I was so happy I was there, and I didn't know why, because it was kind of weird. Why I'm crying there? No, everybody was looking at me like, why is she crying? I was on my own, of course. This crazy lady starts crying, but it was because a memory of a life before.
Yeah.
When I went to the land.
When I see the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
When I see the Statue of Liberty, I cry because it stank. New York stinks. Y'all stop peeing in sewers up there. I hate it. I'm sorry. I know I got issues. Last time I was there, lady peed on the train. I'm like, lady, your stream is getting on my shoes. She was like two seats in front of me peeing on the train. Technically, it was Jersey. So Susan, this kind of applies to you too. But I was on the train going from Jersey to New York. But I cry because it's like this is a beautiful place. Why does it stink? Why y'all got homeless people and people living under the cities? Man, fix that. Don't about the pandemic me. Don't you demic me. You need to deal with the demic of the people living under your damn city. That's the demic you need to deal with in New York. But yeah, not cry because it's a shame. New York has so much money. They waste it though.
New Jersey, New York City is like, I don't even know, the armpit of America.
The what?
Butt crack.
The armpit of America.
Armpit ain't that bad. No, armpit just onions. That smell like somebody could be cooking some good food. No, butt crack.
Yeah, it's bad. It's like a hemorrhoid.
Yeah. Yes, butt crack. Because ain't no food smell like no butt crack. Food smell like armpits. I down here, some people, they work hard down here, by the way. They work hard, and sometimes you go in the store, you can catch a whiff of some onions. You need to take a shot. You just ate some good tamales or something. What did you just eat?
No, seriously,
but
it's
yeah,
weird.
I'm gonna go with butt crack.
It's weird here. The energy's weird here. It is, and it's like dirty, and it's like toxic and polluted.
It's not down here. In Home Depot down here.
You people can, okay?
No, real talk. Home Depot down here, these people laid back. I walk in with my diaper around my chin because unfortunately I still got to go to that store, and they got like a national policy. All the big stores, I think most of the big ones, they all got national policies. They don't care what the states do. They're going to go along with the narrative because they don't want any trouble from the federal government. But the employees, they don't get.
They are the federal government.
You walk away any way you want. Well, they're a part of it. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Hershey, McDonald's, they're all a part of the federal government. They all actually work together and make decisions because they're all big corporations and money and greed decide everything. It's an oligarchy.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
And that was ancient knowledge. Take us back to Plato. What did Plato say about an oligarchy? The only way you can take out an oligarchy is by a rebellion.
And a democracy.
I'm sorry, Susan, go on.
An oligarchy.
Right.
Didn't you say that too?
Democracy devolves into tyranny.
Tyranny.
Yeah, always.
That a democracy always becomes an oligarchy.
Yeah.
And so he hated democracy.
Right. Yes.
And I'll be honest with you, I appreciated
democracy. She calls it democracy. Democracy is democracy.
Well, it is, because it's mob rule. And I actually had to hear from Plato ancient knowledge before I really accepted and understood that even in his day, it was the same bullshit. So it's mob rule. If more people get together and decide it's a good idea to rape Jonathan, 10 women get together and decide, we're gonna rape Jonathan. That's wrong.
Starting rumors, Gerard.
That's wrong. Jonathan might not think it's wrong, but it's wrong. It's wrong. You can't have mob rule. No, shut up, Jonathan. I was like, oh, stop it. Stop it. Oh my God, stop it. Get off of me. Oh my God.
Someone change the subject.
Well, I had to make it jovial. I want people to understand the point, but not to get serious. Because unfortunately, that's one of the things that I realized when I got older is the vast majority of my female friends have all experienced that thing or came close to experiencing that thing. And this is why I hate democracy, right? Because if you are stronger, which means you have more numbers, everything you do is justified, and that's wrong. Because everything you do that violates someone else is always wrong. And so, but that I had to hear from Plato, and the way he worded it specifically nailed it, right? You cannot have a mob rule. The human is sovereign. The system is not sovereign. The party's not sovereign. The race ain't sovereign. The religion, none of these things are beings. None of them are spiritual frequency creatures. None of them are gods, right? These are all constructs of man, and they're all flawed. How in the world do you take a construct of man that is always flawed and give it power over beings that in the right light are almost perfect? Systems aren't sovereign. Only people are.
No, they can't be. And all institutions are criminal by their very definition, because they are outside of natural law.
Well, so I made a post about voting or whatever, and how so first of all, NWO, UN, American government, probably even the Chinese government, probably every government, right? Who we see isn't really in charge. They have some power, but they're not really in charge of whatever the hell going on this realm. And so, but the people that do, right, or working with them, or I don't know, what they're reading from what they stole, right, from humanity, from all the pyramids and stuff, and Library of Alexandria, they understand natural law, and they use natural law, just like how the Act of 1871 and our birth certificates basically is a cattle stamp. And but if we vote, we consent, right? So they can enslave us, because every time we push a button, we're saying, yeah, I'm good with this. And so, but in natural law, there has to be balance, right? And that's why I was thinking, that's probably why they always cause some major shit and then do some good shit, and then cause bad stuff and then do some good stuff, because they have to keep a balance, right? Because otherwise the whole thing falls apart. Well, just like in Atlantis, when they start getting greedy and misusing their power, that's what they're doing now. So no matter what, even if it's nature, universe, cosmos, sends an asteroid, it could be anything. It's going to balance. It's going to balance itself out if we don't balance it out. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
So either way,
it's the dance.
It has to, because that's the way of the universe. It is. Yeah. You cannot escape causality. You cannot escape causality.
They're fed up with us. They're really totally fed up with us. Actually, Yeah, sorry, I say always my guru, but she said the gods are really fed up with the human beings. So I really have, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
They're fed up with us. I say, okay, that experience, because in other civilizations, they're all doing much better than we. We just seem not to learn.
Well, because like even gods, right? If you break that down to the basics, because like whatever, I like Artemis and I like all those pretty gods and stuff, and yes, that's fine. But the basics of gods is just energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Balance.
Yeah.
Love.
Right.
Fear. It's just energy, right? And yeah, and the universe creates that energy. We don't understand it. I think it's like a big intergalactic clock and stuff. But yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Well, nobody knows, and this is why I really get down with the three of you, is because you guys don't come with that ignorance and arrogance, like, oh well, this is how it is, and I know it for sure, and it was in a book, and this is it, and that's final, right? Like, I love open-minded people. Is why I appreciate these discussions, and I apologize, for the last 2 weeks where we couldn't do them because I was trying to get my infrastructure together out here, but to be open-minded, what to me, and Susan, I think you alluded to it earlier, is that what not say quantum entanglement, but quantum physics is starting to prove out is that we are energy, and we interface in multi-dimensional ways with everything, and energy is never destroyed. All it does is change form, and so is reincarnation real? Maybe the question is, does energy ever end? And the answer is no. There is no end. There is no, we call things lives, a life, but what really is that to the actual universe? It's nothing. It's not the beginning or the end of anything. It's just another form of energy that this energy shifts into. And so back to what you're saying, Susan, is that, the construct of the universe is energy. And there is this one massive form of energy that keeps dividing and changing forms for some purpose.
Yeah.
And what that purpose is.
Yes.
And it creates
always new. Never stops creating, it seems to be. The universe never stops creating.
No.
There's no end. That there is no end, right?
Yeah, actually, I know we all talked about this before, but you know how they say, okay, so a Big Bang, right? So if something explodes, it goes out so far, right? It starts fast, and then when it starts expanding, it gets slower and slower, right? And they say the Big Bang is how they create it. Now, don't ask me how they know these things and how they measure these things, because I have no idea. Because apparently we can't figure out like electricity and shit, but we can we know how big the universe is. But so I'm just going by what I read. So anyway, they can measure somehow the universe, and they found that it keeps expanding and it's not slowing down. It's actually speeding up. And then Tim McKenna, right? He's the LSD guy. So he was saying he thinks that, right? So if we're energy, and this is like, I hate saying simulation because it's not a damn computer, that's unnatural. But so if it's like that though, and so back in the day, right, 10,000 years ago, we were like hunter-gatherers. We weren't exchanging a lot of information, right? But now we're exchanging so much information, it's probably creating it faster and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Did I explain that right?
No, it's
true.
And it's creating fractals and the multi-universe theory, which is there's probably unnumbered universes,
infinite,
of all of the different expressions and choices of sovereigns, and all of the multiplicity of different outcomes, and it's the universe playing and experiencing and learning and growing constantly. That's why the old philosopher's question: why is there something rather than nothing? The universe exists because the absolute wants to experience. There's no explanation for why. It's insoluble.
It's beyond our understanding.
It's beyond our understanding. It is. It just is. It just is.
Tyson
It wants
Mind
to enjoy
has
the
a question.
creation.
Mhm.
The creator wants to enjoy its creation. Yeah, sorry.
Enjoy the creation.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Does life belong to me or you or us? Are we borrowing it like love?
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Is a question.
Borrowing like love.
Well,
But what is borrowing? I don't understand. Are we borrowing it like love? I mean, love. I don't understand that. What do you want? What do you mean? What are we borrowing?
can you
it
explain
like
that a little
love?
bit, Gerard?
Oh, I can't explain it. I was looking at it. It looked like a good question to me. But I'll make an attempt.
Yeah.
Does life belong to me, you, or us? I would say depends on how you define life. At life as I know it, there is no me or you. There's only an us. And it's not just an us from a human perspective. It's an us from an energetic, multidimensional. There's just one energy.
Yeah.
And are we borrowing it like love?
Life
that
is a
I
gift.
don't understand.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Because life isn't an object. How can it belong to something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like life is just life. Like, why can't it just be life? You know what I mean? Because like we always say, oh, we don't really die. Well, then life is just life. It just is.
It's endless.
Right. You know what I mean? Like,
but you cannot borrow love. But I don't understand borrowing love. I mean, you share love, but you don't borrow love. Oh, you have to give back my love. I don't like you anymore. Give back my love.
Give me back my love.
Said you could only borrow it for a month.
Right.
I have to agree. I don't think we borrow love. I think we are love.
Yeah,
I think we're born here, and the environment that you're put in, that determines whether you resonate more love or hate. And people classify you as a good or bad person, but I think we are love. And I think part of our challenge in life is rediscovering that is what we are. It's like how we started this conversation before we turned the camera on. We were talking about, how in the world did we get here? And how come we keep going through these resets? And I mean, it's my personal belief. I think that whatever is allowing the resets or causing the resets, whether it's this demic or the last demic or the next demic or Atlantis, go back as far as you want. Is something is waiting for humanity to realize what it is. Something is waiting for humanity to make the right choices, and we keep making the wrong choices. And so we keep repeating these yuga cycles and going back through it because we're too ignorant to realize that we are love. We exist for each other. It's like on a eulogy, you don't survive by your mother, your father, your kids, your wife, your husband. We survive by 7 billion other energy creatures on this planet. And that's why I think we keep repeating the cycle. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Christine.
Yeah, but I agree with that. We are love, and it's just clouded because we are born in some environments which are for some extremely more hate and the others more love, and we just have to take away the unconsciousness that we are love, that people don't know. All the clouds, all the conditions, everything what is pile on pile. We discovered our heart like pile of clouds and all those conditions, all those. We have to unlearn all that kind of stuff, which is not love. That's all I think.
Yeah, and he said some of us believe others' life belong to them. So
to whom is them?
I guess it's because it's definitions, right? And our words have been gutted, so it's hard.
Right.
We don't really have defined definitions of things, right? So my body belongs to me. While I'm in this realm, it belongs to me and nobody else.
Right.
And right within it, if this body dies and it goes somewhere else, and then, like I said, it just is. Isn't that the point of meditation, to get to that oneness where it just is, but I still have a body?
Yeah.
Right. And at the same time, we are not guaranteed any length of life. Like I'm entitled to 82.5 years. Really? You have a letter from the universe saying that you're entitled to 82.5 years?
But the CDC said that was the average I get, so. And they're always 100%
Dr. Fauci said
honest, so I'm just saying.
Yeah. Right. Life is a gift. It is a gift from the universe for us to learn and to grow. And growth is both painful and joyous at the same time, or there's there's cycles within life.
Yeah, there's cycles. The thing is, we make it painful because we always want to claim things instead of letting it flow in.
Sure.
Life, river. I mean, everything should. If everything can flow, then we experience and we let go. We experience, we let go, and we just get all the new. Presence because we let go. That's the thing. The magic is to be able to surrendering.
Yes, surrender, and that's why why all ancient wisdom talks about surrendering to the universe, to life.
Yeah, because it's waiting to give us actually the best whatever it can, but we are not taking it because we our mind
and surrendering to the design of whatever created all of this, right? So back to what Peace of Mind was saying and Susan's point, which was, your existence is your existence, right? It to a degree, that life belongs to you because the universe, energy, God, whatever you want to call it, soul, it gave Susan that body, right? It attenuated the frequency of this creature so it captured this energy that we call Susan and Jonathan and Christine. And its ruling to me is ultimate. And so the experience that they need to have is up to them as sovereigns. It's not up to you as government or you as political party or you as race or you as anything. You have no ability, you have no right ever to dictate what happens to them and their experience in life, just by the divinity, for the lack of a better word, that came with the design of giving that frequency, that being to operate.
Yeah. And I think if we evolve, our frequencies get kind of higher and higher, and it makes your I mean, in the book of initiation in Egypt, he says, if you go to a very low experience of awareness, then your body is more grows and things like that. But whenever you evolve more and more, it gets more and more refined. It's getting kind of transparent, maybe. Like, but she said in her experience when she was doing the initiation. I mean, when she was in Egypt, she was kind of half deity. And then she fell back because she didn't succeed in her initiation because and then she fell totally back to the beginning of the creation. She started from dust because she didn't till where she could remember again her life. So she had to, how many cycles of life she had to experience, many cycles again to go at the same level as she was in when she was half deity. That's kind of then I'm thinking about people who are like doing extremely gross things, so they maybe come back as dust, really as dust, because they were not able to be a human being, like operate like a human being. That is what I think now. They can become dust or like a rock or whatever. And then she said, and they keep the awareness that during when she was in the conscious of like sand, of a grain of sand, that she felt every step a human put on her, and that it was painful. So
I kind of lean towards the idea that, in terms of what happens to us after we die, that not all of us have the same thing. You know, some people, some consciousness, some fractals, whatever you want to call us, need experience to experience like being a tree or being an animal, or some definitely need to experience coming back as a human. And like Gerard said, if you were an SS guard, at Auschwitz, then you're reborn as a Palestinian in Gaza.
Yes,
to get both sides of the master-slave dynamic, if that's the lesson that you need to learn.
Yeah, I think so too.
But
at some point, at some point when you blew it really too hard, I don't think you cannot be anymore like a human. Because when a tree can only be a tree, dust can only be dust, it cannot transform to something else. It has to do also the cycles. But I mean, if I had to come back as an animal, I think I wouldn't really mind. I think I would like to be a dolphin, and it must be nice to do those things in the water and jump. And I think I would love that. Why not?
It would be really cool to come back as a dolphin.
Yeah, but
that would be an awesome life. Yeah.
So long and thanks for all the fish. That's my favorite movie. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So long and thanks for all the fish. When everybody's a dolphin.
Am I here?
You're here. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. And now I wish because of the conversation, I wish I would have read it. But so in the Egyptian Book of the Dead, because you know how I joke about how like I get to be like if I get involved enough, I'll be God and create my own world. But it says in the Egyptian Book of the Dead, and now I'm gonna gut it because I don't remember exactly, but it does say right. So you go to the halls of Meti, and your heart is weighed against the feather, and you're judged for whatever, and then you're sent to wherever you're sent to where suits your soul.
Yes.
Basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if
that is actually the karma, because so you're going somewhere, right? But if you're like, I guess if you pass it and the feather your heart is lighter, and because it even mentions heaven, but it's not something like heaven per se, something like that, whatever. I can't remember now. But anyway, it basically describes that like, so it suits your soul. So it's like a place of your like beauty and desires and wants and something that matches your soul, right? And like it's almost like you do get to create it in a way. I'm gonna have to read it for next time, but
that'd be
great.
good.
And that's why I'm like, I'm gonna become a god and have my own universe. Eventually, I'll get there.
Right.
Take like 5 more times, but yeah.
Well, that would be cool if we did win over that at some point in the future. That would be awesome. Yeah,
because I'm telling you, that's how it explains it. Like, and you know how we say we manifest our own reality? So what if we do evolve spiritually to that point where we literally manifest, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always joking with butterflies and flowers everywhere and stuff, and it's all beautiful. What if we get to a point where we get to do that?
Well, right. So we can. I want to tie that in with what Robert Walker just said in Peace of Mind posted a minute ago. Robert said, "I think humanity makes good choices. However, whoever's in power never does." Right. And I agree with the statement. Right. Because power is evil by definition. Right. The idea that you can take power of another being and dictate to it is always wrong. So whoever is the leader, whoever is your president, whoever is your congressman, they're always wrong because power is illegal in the universe.
It's
from the perspective of what
the power of some men over other men or women over other women.
Right.
It's completely completely sociopathic. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I have to put it
in. It's a violation.
Yeah, it is. It's a violation.
It's a violation. And so going back to what Susan was saying about manifestation, right? Like you're here to manifest whatever, right? Whatever your spiritual gifts, your passions, your views, where you want to go, like you're manifesting your own reality. But you can give that power up, which is what something Peace of Mind posted a minute ago. You can decide that you don't want to be a spiritual creature. You don't want to be a powerful being. You want to be a slave and listen to the people who claim authority, physical force or violence over you, and give them that power to them. So I mean, just circling all the way back around, you're here to do great things, but you will never do great things based on our indoctrination, which gets you to bend the knee to power. It gets you to give up your existence given to you by the universe and your sovereignty for fear, which was something else. Peace of mind. I don't know. Peace of mind is newer for you, somebody that's been around for a minute, but he's posting a lot of deep stuff. I'm appreciating his questions and points, but circling all the way back around to Mark. The bottom line is anyone who claims power over you is evil at all times, in everything they decide, always. Period. End of story.
Right. Yeah. And we can be only.
That's why I have no interest in the political process. I was involved in the political process till I really understood the nature of a sovereign being and what power actually is. It's taking away your ability to be the spiritual creature and vibrate on the frequency that you should because of the physical realm and the nonsense in this particular dimension. And I think that's the game of good and evil, demons and angels, whatever people want to call them, light and darkness, left or right, yin or yang, is that one is trying to take from you your existence and the reason why you were even sent here and put inside of this creature.
And I think the choice is the awareness when you grow in awareness, that you don't have to go along with it, that you have the power not to be enslaved, actually. And that is actually what I think it's following the divine laws. In whatever situation you are, if you're really totally tuned to that higher power, in a way you're protected, I believe. Because you're not surrendering to the slave masters, but you're surrendering to the higher good.
When you choose not to play the game, not to play that game anymore.
Play the game in your way, because you said, okay, you can play the game, but I know
play a different game.
Yeah. That's what I think.
So there was something we used to say when we were in the church, and it's something to the effect of Satan's greatest power was convincing people that it didn't exist. And I'm going to take that and twist it a little bit, is that the power of authority, its greatest asset is convincing people they're just humans. Its greatest asset is convincing people to be scared. Right. Its greatest asset is convincing you that you came out of primordial goo and an ape swinging from trees, sniffing each other's butts to determine who had the best lunch, 45 minutes ago, that's what you came from, and that you're not a spiritual creature here to manifest and do great things. Their greatest power is our ignorance.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. They don't have any power of their own. They have to get us to do to get us to do what they want us to do. They don't have any power. An illusionist has no power. His power is getting the audience to believe his lies.
Yeah, true.
It's as simple as that.
It's deception. People fall for deception.
Yes.
Yeah, and just so you know, Neptune is now at 22 degrees in Pisces, so it's the last transition of Neptune in Pisces, which means that the illusions and delusions and hallucinations and media and craziness of what's real and what's not is going to be intensified now.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, true. And on the end of Pisces, that must be kind of even more. Like on the end of a sign, every planet gets stronger. So
yeah, but it also is like, healing and being intuitive and trusting your intuition and dreams. And so I mean, there's always a good and a bad to anything. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
There's always a good and bad. Right now, the bad is kind of outweighing the good, but don't worry. Either it's gonna, balance back out, or we're just gonna have a real great reset by a comment.
Are you just ignore bad and good? You just are. I think if you're in this yeah, I don't know how, in the awareness of just being, there is no bad and there is no good. There is just being. But I don't know how to explain it better. Like you just are, and there is no judgment. So if there is no judgment, you just witness. Then you see the game. You see games, but
I think you explained it very well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the art, but yeah. And that's we have to be. That's why you get in the silence, of get in a place where you can see all the. And then like Shiraz sees now the stupidity more like us, because he's living there in where there is.
He's out there in the desert. Look at those dumb monkeys over there.
Him and the cow. Like, these are monkeys.
No.
This is my people.
No. No. We all pick and choose our adventures. And this is just an adventure that I'm on. And you know, I've done everything I can do in Rockefeller establishments. You know, it's time to move on and do something different. I've done everything I can in this unsociety. Right? It's not a society. This is a slave plantation. This is a fight club. This is a Hunger Games. And you know, at a certain point in time, you have to decide whether or not you want to continue supporting it to that level. You know, I still support it. You know, I'm not detached from Rockefeller society. It's just I wanted to reduce my reliance upon it. If they were telling me that, you know, that, hey, you're not going to be able to go to the movies or take your children to the movies unless you buy a billionaire's product. You won't be able to drive a car. You won't be able to register this, that, or the other. You won't be able to engage in a society that you help build unless you buy some corporation's product. My answer to that is you can go to hell, you know. And so I'll build my own society. We live in a time where we have such amazing technology that we can move to some of the harshest deserts on the planet. And I am not in anywhere near a harsh desert and thrive. You know, we choose, like somebody said earlier, I think it was Vern or someone said, you know, we consent to this, right?
Yes.
I don't know what's happening in Syria and Yemen, you know, in terms of specifics, but I know what's happening. They're murdering people so that they can keep selling popcorn at the movies here, right?
Yeah.
You know, the Dark Ages never stopped. All they did was took all those medieval dark things and pushed them to darker corners so you can't see sipping your unicorn latte, driving a BMW to go on a date, right? They still use the same darkness, and we engage in that. And so, you know, I'm not.
Or people complaining online about capitalism and all of that on their phones made from cobalt and lithium and other rare minerals worked by slave labor in Bolivia and Nigeria and put together by sweatshop labor in China and other places like that. You guys leave
that crack alone. Hello.
And
don't preacher.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I mean, it sucks to say, but this is what I mean. Like, because I hate it. Like, every day is like a hypocrite. Like, you know, when I waste time on the internet and I know the internet is messed up and it sucks my energy, you know what I mean? Like, and then like, there's different rules I don't agree with at my workplace because of this bullshit. And I have to comply in order to make a fake paper fiat thing that I don't even understand or believe in. And it's like every day is hypocritical. And it's really like going to come to a point for some of us where we're like, I don't, you know what I mean? I'd rather struggle in the real world in dirt with plants and, you know, being free than this craziness because it's not me.
Yeah, and it's like Beaufont keeps saying over and over again, this system enforces sociopathy from you to participate in it. And the only way to free yourself is to leave the system.
And another thing Beaufont says that anus cakes are delicious. and cookies and pies. And if y'all, does Beaufort still bake? I haven't been around a long time. He used to bake cupcakes and make them look like
Do you
anuses.
think he really baked that, or do you think he saw the picture on the internet and themed it? Whatever.
Who knows what goes on in that man's mind?
Listen.
He's got bodies in the desert. I know that.
In my reality, my Beaufort, he makes anus, cookies, pies, and cakes and sweet treats. And because it's funny to me, you know, I couldn't believe the first time I think that was the first time I met him. I was like, is that a butthole or is that a cake? Or is that a cake of a butthole or a butthole of a cake? I couldn't figure it out. And it's funny as hell. But back to Jonathan, outside of it, is butthole is right. I mean, you know, at a certain point in time, we have to decide, you know, how much do we want to sell out? You know, we have no business knocking down statues of Robert E. Lee and posting it on your cell phone. Your cell phone comes from slave labor. It comes from slaves, 5-year-old children mining cobalt in Africa and 8-year-old children mining titanium in South America, right? It's all evil. And so it's just, it's all hypocrisy. And, you know, and so the answer, again, isn't move off grid. You come up with your own answer. You do your own thing. We all have to defy this plantation in our own ways. And that was just one way that I decided to do it. Another way, I left corporate America. I mean, I've decided to fight slavery in many different ways. Like, to me, I mean, we need to be in an era of being Harriet Tubmans, where we decide that, you know what, we're going to stop being little hypocrites and sellout and little bastards and point at other people because it makes us feel good to point at somebody else and say that I'm better because I'm not you. And say, you know what, in my own life, I don't want to, you know, collude in this particular activity anymore and move away from it. Cryptocurrency is one of them. I love cryptocurrency. Half of my friends hate it. They think I'm a sellout because I like cryptocurrency. And, you know, without, we probably could do a whole live stream just talking about currency. It's like, well, I don't want to invest in cryptocurrency. And it's like, well, you're invested in currency either way. You're either invested in the US dollar, you're invested in that. And that's total blood money. And it's not even blood money, it's blood notes, right? And so just owning it means that you're colluding with the war effort and colonization all over the planet. So what's so bad about people who are shifting to cryptocurrency? Because the people behind the dollar don't want you to go to cryptocurrency. It probably is a good thing to think about. Rebel in the way that you feel you have to. Rebel in whatever way makes sense to you. Don't just keep going along with it. That's my point.
This whole world is a setup, Gerard. You're not
seeing it is. Yes. Yeah. It's a setup from preschool on. Damn it, maybe even from birth. It's a setup. About time we say enough. But yes, I am enjoying the desert. So there you go. That was a long way to answer that question. Oh, I love it out here. All my neighbors are animals. I love that. I mean, I'd love it if there were people out here too. Don't get me wrong, but all my neighbors make sense. They're animals. Like, oh, someone posted a minute ago. They said, asked the question: Is a lion evil because it murders it murders the children and the cubs, or it killing each other? And to me, no. The lion actually has a reason behind everything that it does, and it's survival. I understand the lion, right? Yeah. I understand poor people from,
It does not eat more.
I understand survival mode.
Yeah. Because he eats only maybe one animal in a month. That's all. He doesn't do it for greed or whatever. He needs to eat it, and then when it's something left, he gives it to the other animals. Because that's what there is a kind of the animals understand each other, also the other animals, and they say, okay, he catches the big catch. He eats first, and then those little animals later on, the other animals can eat. They leave it for each other. They don't eat it all.
They're in sync.
Yeah.
They're in sync with the environment.
Right.
They're in sync with the ecosystem. The only monster on this planet is the human being. Animals have stomachs. They only eat up to a certain amount. Americans and Britons and Australians, we have bank accounts. We will blow up every nation and kill everybody on this planet to shove as much money and resources into bank accounts as possible. Animals only have stomachs. And so animals, they're all in sync with nature. They are all within natural order. The only thing that is not is the human being.
Yeah, because seriously, right? Like because we're in some weird addiction with having some stuff and having more or something. I don't know. It's some weird, you got to fill, you got it more, you got to get more. Like, you know what I mean? And like, but seriously, like, because that keeps you in a constant weird state that you know what I mean? Always having to have more. But if everybody just had what they needed, then their having more would be like, I want to know more about the stars. I want to know more about this. I want to make this kind of stuff. If everybody just had what they needed, it wouldn't be filling with things. It would be filling with experience and knowledge, I guess you would say, in my opinion, I guess.
Right. You know, talking about
the ancient knowledge behind that, I was going to put a quote on that real quick, John. The ancient knowledge behind that, almost all of our grandparents told us, it was called live within your own means. Yeah. Right? Be satisfied with what you have. And we stopped doing that.
Right.
Yeah, and Socrates described the Egyptian people as one of the happiest people.
Yes.
And they lived, they lived simply. Yet they were one of the most happy society that he's ever came across. They lived simply. Yeah. They probably just all had what they needed and were fine with that. But they were more focused on the acquisition of knowledge than things.
You look at the people of the Plains tribes, and they, when they killed a buffalo, they only killed one. They didn't, like the buffalo soldiers came in and just slaughtered the whole herd.
Right.
The native peoples killed one, and they used everything from that buffalo.
Yes.
Everything. They made everything they needed from the buffalo. And all tribal people all over this planet have the same philosophy. Yeah. In sync with nature.
Yeah. They know. And most of the time, the simple societies are the most happiest ones.
Yes.
Go to African to a village.
They don't have murder. They don't have theft. They don't have any of that shit. They don't deal with that.
No. Yeah. They don't. Yeah. If they have enough, like the simple villages in India too, if they have enough food, they don't want more. They have their life and they have their culture and they enjoy that. And they're not. Yeah, and they're much more relaxed and they are very deep wise. You have no idea how wise they are because I think, they're poor people, but it's really like, they have an incredible deep wisdom, and they're so elegant. I was telling the other live stream, like you put a poor Indian lady who was walking on bare feet. She has a very beautiful attitude, straight. And you have and the next one, I saw such a picture. It was an extremely rich woman, nicely makeup, dyed hair, whatever this. But you put them, that was, the rich woman was looking like trash, and the other one was like pure dignity. And she had nothing, only a sari and bare feet. And you can sense that. Because you cannot have wealth from outside, it comes from inside.
Right.
So, and that's
we are love.
Yes.
Yeah. Like
that. Back to that point. From the inside, we are love. And there is actually nothing you need here. There's nothing physically that you need. And that kind of is the game, is they trick you into playing Monopoly. They trick you into thinking that you need all of these things, that somehow value is added to your life by increasing your bank account. And it doesn't. The more money you have in your bank account, the less likely you are to, in my opinion, to do anything significant in this world.
It's a trick.
Money it changes you to the physical world, the matter world. It's a trick. It's spiritual, if you ask me. And it's not that money's bad. It's just that, in my opinion, most of us don't have the function or the ability to be beautiful creatures with a large amount of money.
Right.
Because of what it is. I think some do. And I think I know some who do. and who are. But I know myself personally, I can't. If I were born with $1 billion, I'd make Bill Gates look like an angel. I know that I don't have that ability, and I don't want it.
Right.
And I know my lane, which is why I'll never be a wealthy person, because I never want to be.
Power corrupts
on a planet where children
absolutely
power corrupts, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
On a planet where children don't even have food.
Right.
I don't need $1 million. I don't need $1 billion. To me, that's madness. It's insanity that anybody would have that while children don't have anything.
Yeah. But that's the madness. That's the chain of the rich people. They don't have it because money is overpowering them. They're not overpowering money. The money is overpowering them because they totally lose their soul or whatever. So actually, there is a saying. I mean, in Belgium, they say you need to have extremely strong legs to bear wealth. That means don't get attached to it, and that you can keep on sharing it. And that's only very, very, very strong people, very deep rooted, loving people can have wealth without getting a slave to it.
Mm-hmm. Right. I like how Christ put it. Our worth shouldn't be based off of our production, right? And if you read that the way she's writing it, what does that mean? What are you if your worth is based off your production for the few? You're a slave. Right.
Yes.
When you ask somebody, what do you do for a living? Oh, I work on the cotton gin. I work on the cotton gin. I work on the cotton gin. You know, to me, that's the same answer. Oh, I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm a banker. I'm a clerk. When people ask you, what do you do for a living? And you're a spiritual creature, why would you answer in a matter-based production for the few who actually print the money? The money has no value. You know, when I mention crypto, you know, I don't want people to think I believe in money. Money to me is bullshit, right? It's all slavery. I like crypto because the people behind the physical money don't seem to like it. You know, it's less controllable than what they have. You know, what they have is easily corruptible. Can you corrupt cryptocurrency? Of course you can. You know, we need to live in a world where these things don't exist. But if I find out that Bill Gates doesn't like wet willies, the next time I'm in New York and he's around, I'm gonna give him a wet willy. Because that's just what I do.
I'm going to give him a pie right
so
in the face.
Central banks don't like right, or the pie, right? You know, that's the only reason. Mm-hmm. And you know, and if we actually use cryptocurrency as a revolt, then what do? Okay, now we're all on cryptocurrency. All right, now F cryptocurrency. How do we get rid of that? You know, it's all slavery. It's back to Christ's point, you know, which is what Susan kind of said earlier. You know, we're slaves. You cannot be, your existence isn't based on your production. Your value isn't based on the size of your bank account. That's ignorance. You shouldn't have any money tied up in the bank while children down the street need biscuits. That's crazy. All right, we'll start to wrap this live stream up, y'all. I got work to do.
Okay.
Yep.
I got that's great. You're on a different timeline now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I am. It ain't 6 o'clock here. It's 4 o'clock. I got work to do. The day is
always been on the same timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're on
I got the
different timelines.
Yep.
All of us, Belgium, Arizona, Jersey, Texas, we all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's multiple
It's
dimensions
3 o'clock here.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's 12 here. 12.
It's 6
midnight.
here.
Yeah, and it's 4 here. Shoot.
Wow.
Craziness. But that's a beautiful thing about today. That's why I think everything's going to change. And I'm positive because we never had the internet.
Yeah.
And if you look at how they're censoring and everything they're doing to stop voices, my goodness, we don't even want to talk about Tree Big Dell. The amount of effort and investment and resources that they put into silencing science on the internet and television, reality, it tells you that this is something new. They're doing something they've never done before, and that's why this generation is very different. Not that we'll do anything different, but we actually are the first generation that has the ability to see through all the bullshit. The question is, do we want to?
Exactly.
And are we going to continue to consent to it?
Yeah. That's actually a gift. And then we have
Yes.
to take the gift and use it for the best for us.
Well, to live in a time like this is an incredible gift.
Yeah.
It's an incredible gift. It's painful as hell, but it's an incredible gift.
Christine, I'm sorry. Can you repeat what you said? Because you're really low.
Oh yeah, because because there's
no, but see now you're louder.
Okay, I have to go. No, it's like it's like this is a gift because we can see everything what's happening, and now we have the choice to walk away from it. We are aware of it, and then if we don't do that, then we are really more sinful. I mean, if you're talking sin, whatever it's, because in the old days they didn't know. They really didn't know. Now we know. I think.
Yeah, now we know.
And now we have the responsibility to do what is good and walk away.
And I forget, but there is something in the Bible about you're only held accountable for what you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So if you don't know and you die and you're judged, you're not held accountable. But now that you know, you're going to be held accountable.
And you still do wrong, you get much more, your karma is more heavier, I would say.
Right, exactly.
Not too far. Yeah. Not too far from the scripture where it said that God effectively created Jewish and Christian people, and he blinded the Jews in part. He blinded the Jews in part so the whole world could be saved. And that's one of my favorite lines because it's a great demonstration that whatever God, universe, whatever you want to call it, soul, what it does, it brings your adversity to you, right? It is the master of the yin and the yang. It's trying to bring about good outcomes by putting adversity up against you so that you'll shine, not so that you'll be ignorant and get down on your knees and fight them how they fight you, but that you will level up. And so going along with that point, Susan, and I think that is the reason is that all of this is being orchestrated to bring out great outcomes that love out of these beings, us, who are based in love. It's not about what you go through, as they say, it's about how you go through it.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, and then so me and Christine, when we're talking about the new discoveries of planets in your in your solar system and stuff, brings in new energy, and the centaurs and the untamed wild and everything. There are more and more, and the reason why they're asteroids, but the reason why they get names and are given an archetype is because they're mini dwarf planets. At some point, they were either a planet that got smashed or they're big enough to be a planet, technically, especially very close. She has rings, and they think she might have a moon.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
And she's the smallest object ever that they discovered rings around.
She got aliens.
Wow.
Yes.
And she got aliens.
So I'm just saying this is a time of, right? So like the last 40, 50 years, we've been making all kinds of new discoveries about space, which means that there's all kinds of new energies our consciousness is ready for. And this matrix thing keeps us trapped. And that's why I'm always like, we got to break the matrix. It's a simple euphemism for real.
And Shariklo is the one who helps us to...
Question though. But question though, are these new discoveries? Are these just discoveries that are being rediscovered, that we are being reintroduced to the general population again, but the few in power have known for thousands of years, and we're just now being brought in the loop with these discoveries that were listed in, texts like the Mahabharata, Sanskrit text going back, thousands of years. Some people say millions of years. I don't think any of this is new. I don't think there are any new discoveries. I think that they always give us up to a certain extent of information, and then we get reset. A few continue on with that knowledge, and we go back to this pinnacle again. But once again,
Plato says all learning is remembering. We're remembering. We're remembering what is.
Remembering.
So we're not discovering. We're rediscovering. What was lost.
Yep. There's nothing new under the sun is another scripture. There's nothing new. We just keep rediscovering. We keep replaying the same damn video game over and over and keep putting quarters in the same little stupid Rockefeller, Rothschild fight each other over resources and oil and your borders and all that little nonsense that people come up with.
Yep.
And we're all one big family of an energy.
Right.
And, you know, I guess until we have enough love. There was a line. I've been listening to Bob Marley, Steel Pulse all day, and there was a line. I think it was either Bob who said something to the effect of, no, it was Steel Pulse. You can't get no love out of concrete hearts, right? You can't get any love out of concrete hearts, and the reason many hearts are concrete are because of consent and choice.
Yes.
You choose to lock your heart and your love in a block of concrete because you don't want to view 7 billion other beings on this planet as equal to yourself. So anyway, that's my last word. Let's go ahead and do some last words. Let's wrap this nasty bag of snakes up because I got work to do before the rattlesnakes come out. It's going to get dark soon.
Okay. So,
Oh no, everybody have a great weekend.
Somebody want to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's a wrap.
If you're confused in life, the Book of Nature will always give you guidance and healing. That's what I got. That's what I read today earlier. So
follow yesterday.
Amen. And that syncs, Jonathan. That syncs with me when I'm out here working.
Yeah.
And I hear the bird like tweety tweet 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 tweet. Everything is good to go.
Right.
Everything is good, and I'm working my butt off. When I don't hear any tweeting, I know something is up. I know I'm listening, John. I'm reading the Book of Nature, and I realize when they stop tweeting, there's a predator around here doing something. I make sure that we ready to dance in case anybody, mountain lions, wolves, ignorant people, ready to dance. Listen to the Book of Nature. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Christine? Your wrap up?
She's like, I'm out of here.
Because she was low, and I don't think you guys heard her a couple times. So I was trying to listen.
What was I saying? I was saying, okay, the last thing I wanted to say, the energy from Chariklo, which is maybe important, is the one who helps us through the transition.
Yes.
Through the apocalypse. That's the one.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of
And
like a midwife, right?
Well, she gives you the strength to bear what's happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have to, and that's the witness power again. It's the witness power. Don't get
the new world is struggling to be born.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It will be.
Yeah.
It will.
It will be.
Yeah.
And I think that is our choice. When do we want the new world to be born? When do we want a world of love and compassion and equality and actually deal with real problems in this dimension, as opposed to dealing with the artificial scarcity, the fake problems, the unsociety, Rockefeller, Rothschilds? When do we finally want to actually deal with the real problems of this dimension instead of the bullshizzle that we all consent to? All right. Good word, people. On that note, assuming I can figure out how the hell to get off of here, because there we go. I figured out how to do it. All right, everybody say goodbye. I see the button now.
Bye.
You guys have a great weekend.
You
Love
too.
y'all now.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Break the chains that bind me, 'cause I wanna break the chains that bind you. Do you wanna set the world free, have perfect harmony? Isn't it time for that? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people from the bottom to the top? Make modern slavery stop. Do you wanna let go of the prisoners? See everyone happy. We can have this and more if we open up the doors. Well, what do you think wanna free, boom, boom, free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people from the bottom to the top?